if our front three players don't get back to top form, to peak form, then we might as well give up on the league. We might as well give up on the Champions League charge. However, there was something that I noticed in the match against Liverpool last night. It was something very, very interesting. Now, one of the things that I believe that can improve us is a new signing that can boost the morals, that can give confidence in the team, that can basically build the atmosphere back at the Emirates again, back into the team and back with the fans. By getting a new signing, I believe that will bring us a far way. So ideally, I would want a striker. Every Arsenal fan ideally would want a striker. But I noticed a few things. In this match. The first thing I noticed was Jorginho. Jorginho and Rice, they played together. They played a pivot. I see and Jorginho was basically playing higher than Rice most of the time. Jorginho was closing down with Odegaard. He was closing down with Saka. He was closing down with Nelson. So Jorginho was playing very, very hard advance. And normally it's the other way around. Normally it's Declan Rice that's playing advance. So even though I know we need a striker, there's something else that I believe that could potentially make us even better than where we were last season and how we've been this season. And that's a centre mid. And we see that we've been linked with Onana. Now imagine taking out Jorginho out of that team last night and putting Onana. Against Liverpool, we missed something. Liverpool had too much control in the game, and Kai Havertz didn't play as bad as some people make it. And I'm talking about the previous match in the Premier League against Liverpool, and that match I believe that we could have done so much better. And I believe that if we had a battler, now once again, Kai Havertz played okay, right? But if we had someone like Jorginho, that's why I was struggling between two men, whether to start Jorginho, whether to start Kai Havertz. But I thought that ultimately Kai Havertz would offer something more up front. But in this match against Liverpool yesterday, Jorginho was playing in the pitch and he still offered something. I see him high up the pitch, pressing, closing down, giving lots of passes, making himself available high up the pitch. Now replacing that with Onana. Can you imagine Declan Rice and Onana pivots? Can you imagine Declan Rice attacking, Onana sits, Onana attacks, Declan Rice sits? And that's another thing. We're getting tall players in the base of midfield. Tall players, even on wing back, we're getting tall players. Ben White is a tall player. We know that we got Timber. Timber is not a sure player. Sometimes he plays centre back. So we're getting tall, big built players all across the pitch. Now all I'm waiting for is a big built striker. And based off what Arteta is saying, I don't think we're gonna get that in January. I'm just saying it right now, and I would be very disappointed if we don't get a striker. But I could potentially see us doing as good. Well, not as good, but we're still doing okay if we get a centre mid in. And preferably our wing as well. So I believe that getting Onana would be a very big deal. Preferably, I would rather Zubamendi right now. I would get Onana in summer. Get Zubamendi now, get Onana in the summer. Because we need both type players. We're going to get rid of Partey, it looks like it. We're going to get rid of Jorginho in the summer, it looks like it. We're going to get rid of Onana. So Onana and Jorginho are similar type of players and similar to Declan Rice. So Onana will cover that. But then we need a passer in the team. When you check against Liverpool team, Liverpool's got Sabazai. And Sabazai wasn't even playing last night. They've got people in the base of midfield that can dictate the game. They've got Trent. Trent is basically a midfielder. So they've got passers in their team. And when you check out Man City's got Kevin De Bruyne, a wicked passer, a wicked finisher, a wicked goal scorer midfielder. And if you want to talk about Bernardo Silva, they got so many. Phil Foden can play in the centre of mid. They've got even Alvarez can play in attacking mid. So they've got so much players that can play in that centre of the pitch. Liverpool and Man City, and this is why they are where they are. We need a player like that. We haven't got a passer from deep. Partey is that, but Partey is not reliable. And for me, I would want to get rid of Partey because I know as soon as he comes back, I'm not wishing bad, but I know he's just going to get injured again. Now I know that it was a disappointing match. It was disappointing for everyone involved, all the fans, even the manager, everyone involved. It was a disappointing match because I didn't care about the match. I literally didn't care about it until I saw the way we performed in the first half. I'm thinking that we should have been about 5-0 up. It's not an exaggeration to say that we should have been 4 to 5-0 up in the first half because we dominated, we pressured them, we had lots of chances, and I was just sitting back like this. I knew what was coming. I was just sitting back, waiting for it to come. Because whenever especially Arsenal, we get chances like these, we'll always fluff our lines. We'll always mess up. And I know that it's because of the confidence in the team. When you see Odegaard hitting the crossbar from inside the box, when you see Saka kicking shots, wild shots. This is not like Saka. This is not like Odegaard. Now, Reece Nelson, that's a big. So if I want to talk about a few positives, because I know it was a disappointing match, but however, I saw a few positives in there. Reece Nelson was on fire, and this is one of his best matches I've seen. He was brilliant. He was hard to play against. In the first minute of the game, he could have had a goal. Once again, the whole team is lacking confidence. So I can't really be hard on Reece Nelson for that chance. I should, but he's not the only player to be focusing on in terms of finishing. But he should have taken that chance. But apart from that, he had a brilliant match. He had lots of runs, and I love to see that, because I see Ramsdale is another one. Ramsdale had a superb match. That's another positive. Came into the team, understand his duties, and performed it well. He looked confident, doing short passes, taking lots of risks, pinging the ball up to Reece Nelson, pinging the ball to Kai Havertz. So, and most of the times he went straight to the player. The first, I think he was the one that set up that chance with Reece Nelson when in the first minute when he tried to go around the keeper and missed. And also, I've seen him, Reece Nelson, switching wings over Saka's side, making a run on Saka's side. Ramsdale find him again, and I love to see that, because it's not just about the Ramsdale and Nelson. It's about the cohesion of the team, right? And that's something I notice, and that's something I look forward to going on to the end of the season, especially if we sign another midfielder that can, because that when we have two in midfield, one can be breaking up the play high up the pitch, and one could be sitting back waiting. So if we go high up, if Raya or Ramsdale go high up into Kai Havertz or Saka or Martinelli or Nelson, then Odegaard could be waiting for the touchdown for header run or whatever, and so is Onana or Declan Rice, who alternate between each other. And if it's Kai Havertz that plays, it would be a similar thing to Liverpool. So I wouldn't play Kai Havertz for big matches. I would want two in the team, and that's why we'd be missing Partey. But because we haven't got Partey, I would need Onana in this team right now, and hopefully we can get him before the next match, because we need to start to basically getting back into the amongst things, because we've got Liverpool's got a lead on us now. City, even Aston Villa, all these teams now are starting to look down on us because we're locking in confidence. So hopefully we're going to Dubai. Hopefully the team can get back in winning ways. Hopefully we can get our confidence going. Hopefully Jesus can start scoring again. Saka can start scoring, Martinelli, and that will boost up the morale of the team and the fans. Another thing I noticed right now, I'm saying that Saliba could basically be the captain. He's basically the unsung captain. Odegaard has the captain armband, but Saliba is the one that's taking basically the team. He's bringing the team on his back right now. It was Saka last season. This season is Saliba. Well, it was partial Saliba until he got injured last season, but firmly this season Saliba. Saliba has been superb. He's been magnificent. You see that challenge, the challenge he had on Nunes. He had Nunes in his pocket. Nunes had to go to Ben White over the right to the left hand side for his left and Ben White's position, because he could not get no joy against William Saliba. And as you know, as soon as that happens, you can see that Liverpool start to get into the match. So I'm saying that Benjamin White needs to pull his socks up, because as soon as Timber comes in the team, I want Timber in that right hand side, and hopefully Tomiyasu can stay fit, and I want Tomiyasu on the left, or vice versa. But Benjamin White and Saka, these players needs to get time out to the team, to have a rest, to have a breather, to basically start recuperate and come back to maximum match fitness, because we need them firing to basically on all fronts. We need all our players, players that's in the starting 11 and players on the bench to be up for the fight, to be firing. So hopefully that we can get that. I'm looking for a midfielder and hopefully a winger. If we can't get a striker, because I understand I would want someone like Osimhen, and we can't get Osimhen this window. Even if we get Tony, Brentford now is trying to quote high prices for Tony. So I understand if we can't get a striker, and by the looks of it, Arteta is saying that it's unrealistic. Or he said something of the sort. So personally, I was satisfied for someone like for Solanke and get rid of Nketiah. I would sell Eddie Nketiah to Crystal Palace, get Solanke in, and Solanke can be that new Eddie Nketiah. And then in the summer we get a top striker. Osimhen, get them all three to compete. Now I understand that I don't mind not getting a winger if we get that top quality striker in the summer, like Osimhen, because what we could do, we could play Osimhen up front. We can have Jesus and Saka competing for that right hand side, because Jesus could play there as well. So I would love Neto. Neto would be my number one pick. But if we can't get players like that, bring Osimhen in, have Jesus play on the right, and be competing with Saka or be competing with Martinelli on the left, and have competition in every area of the pitch. That's what I would personally want. And have Osimhen compete with Solanke up top. That's what I would like to see from a team going forward, because this is it. That I know that Arteta has been here for 4 seasons now. He should have been winning more trophies than what he is. That's what some fans will say. But I understand the process. I'm just hoping that this January we go a further step in that process, and the summer we complete that process. I don't want to go in next season talking about the process. This process should be completed in the summer window by getting top quality striker and an extra winger if we're not going to use Gabriel J on that right hand side. So when you take a look at the match stats, Liverpool have 2, we are 0. When you take a look at expected goals, we have 2.3 expected goals compared to Liverpool 0.9, 18 shots, and that's the thing. 2.3 expected goal, we have 0 goals. We have 18 shots, 5 on target. Liverpool having 13 shots and 3 on target. That's still a poor stat from Liverpool, but at least they scored 2 goals out of that 3 shots on target. We have 5 shots out of 18. That's poor. As what I'm saying, that we need to start building up our shots on target. And I see Declan Rice has been trying to shoot from outside the box, and I love to see it, because these are the things that you as a player, you as a this shows your lead. These kind of things shows your leading capabilities when you see a team struggling to find chances, because sometimes we want to walk the ball in. So it takes a player now to just have a whack from wherever he is on the pitch, as long as he's in shooting range. And that's what Declan Rice done, and I was pleased to see things like that, even though one time it went straight into the keeper's hand. We see in possession we have 54.1, Liverpool having 45.9. Passes and completion, we have 401 being completed to Liverpool 425, 345 345 completed. So far we lead in Liverpool in every aspect of the pitch. Even on field we have 61.8 compared to Liverpool 38.2. And final third entries we have 40 compared to Liverpool 38. Expected threat we have 3.6 compared to Liverpool 1.6. Deep touches we have 64 compared to Liverpool 29. Zone 14 touches we have 15 compared to Liverpool 8. OP crosses we have 6 compared to Liverpool 3. Progressive passes we have 28 compared to Liverpool 20. Dribbles and successful we have 17 dribble, 4 being successful compared to Liverpool 12-4. And that's the only stat I see so far that's on par. Liverpool's on par with us, and that's the completed successful dribbles. Everything else we've been leading by far. When it comes down to tackle, we have more and also more successful, having 21 out of 25. Liverpool having 17 out of 21. Liverpool beats us in interception with a 7 compared to our 5. Block passes, once again Liverpool beat us 11 compared to our 6. Clearances, they beat us as well 23 compared to our 14. So that shows you that we were pressuring them. For the fact that they have more interception, that's basically a good display for you could say. It could be anywhere in the pitch interception, but when you take a look at block passes, most of the time our block passes was in their final third. When you take a look at clearances, obviously the clearances are going to be in their final third. So that shows you that we were peppering Liverpool. It's just that we didn't get the goals. Now, this formation, on average possession formation, this looks the most balanced I've seen, and this is what I'm saying. I enjoy that match. I enjoyed it. The way we played, the way we pressed, the way we were open, the way we were. And when I say open, I mean in terms of we weren't claustrophobic, because sometimes we can play on top of each other, and we weren't doing that. Everyone had space in that match against Liverpool, and I love to see it, because Liverpool didn't have any answers. Liverpool didn't have any answers in the first half, but then once again we didn't take our chances, and then because we dropped in confidence, they grew in confidence, and then they get back into the game. So this formation, you see Ben White on the right, and Saliba, and then you see Gabriel, then you see Kivior, and once again Kivior wasn't the best, but it wasn't that bad compared to his previous match. So this is the most balanced team I've seen so far, especially the back four. It's a normal back four. You can see it's a normal back four, and you see that this is also another thing where you see Jorginho playing with Declan Rice in a 2 in midfield. Now that's what I'm saying. Cross out Jorginho where he is now and put Onana there. That would be a formidable midfield and defensive structure. All of these players are over 6 foot. All of these players are over 6 foot, and not just that, they're strong on the ball. Right? And they've got defensive mind play, defensive mindset. Now, Declan Rice and Onana, they can attack, they can alternate and attack, and I believe that would be so awesome to see. And you got Kai Havertz playing up top, which this is it that most fans have been criticizing, saying, "Oh, Kai Havertz is not a striker. Why are we playing him up top?" And then if Arteta plays Eddie Nketiah up top, then the same fans criticizing, "Why is Nketiah playing up top?" If we play Jesus up top, we criticize that Jesus isn't on form, he's not scoring in the goal. I understand that we need a signing right now, but you have to understand, we have to wait. We have to be patient. No, I'm saying to be patient and wait because we've literally a few days in the transfer window. That's why I'm saying it. When you get to the end of the season, to the end of the January transfer window, I won't be saying the same thing. I will be on your side. But for now, you can't be criticizing every single thing that Arteta tries with the team he has. I understand that yes, he needs to improve, but if we can't get a top quality striker in January. And I believe that we can, but it's just that I don't believe that they're willing to spend the money. But if you ask me, if should we get Tony in January or get Osimhen in the summer, I'll wait till the summer to get Osimhen. I know it's going to be disappointing. I know that we might miss out on top the title. I know that we will get knocked out of the Champions League. But however, I believe that Osimhen is a worthwhile risk in that situation. I believe so. But I would want to get Solanke. I don't want Eddie Nketiah. If I'm gonna wait until Osimhen in the summer, I would rather get Solanke, replace him with Nketiah. Then I'm fine with that. But if we keep Nketiah and Jesus, no. That's what I'll be disappointed in. Edu, and possibly Arteta, because I know that Arteta is not the one that's behind these transfers. He's given the list and leave it to the owners and to Edu to get the players in. When you take a look at the top players in the match, you see Alisson number one. That shows you that we were battering them. Trent Arnold obviously scoring having that crossing that led to the first goal, and also he played brilliant as always with his crosses, with his passes, winning 6 out of 9 duels. Yeah, Trent was okay in this match, but the best attacker was for us. And that's something to look at. The best attacker was Odegaard, right? And he and the way he played, it was good in the match. He tried to do lots of things, but ultimately it didn't come off. But it was intricate. His play was very, very intricate today. He didn't lose the ball much, apart from when I believe that he was being fouled a lot. You see Diaz, you see Jota. Now that's a big deal to see Jota there when Jota didn't even start the match. So that shows you that Jota, as soon as he came on, I'm telling you, I got scared because I remember Jota. I big up Saliba, but I have to big up Jota. Jota has got some leap on him. I think that he's one of the shortest players on the pitch. And I remember he leaped above William Saliba for a header that hit the crossbar. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Xhaka's got a leap on him for a short player. So that's what I'm saying. That not because a player is short means that they're very good at, that they can't do good headers, and not because a player is tall mean that they're good at headers. Sometimes it's about your timing, the timing of the jump, the timing of the leap, and Jota looks like he's perfected that. And you know these Portuguese like Cristiano Ronaldo. I remember the header that Cristiano Ronaldo done. It was literally his boots was over the head of the player. The defender might be exaggerating there, but these Portuguese players, some of them are very technically gifted. You see Bernardo Silva, they are very technically gifted and they've got some special skills. They've got some speciality in certain things, especially Jota for being a short player. That's magnificent. And then we have Jorginho and Declan Rice. So this is what I'm saying. That this match, we dictated in the first half because of our midfield. The best players in the match are all our midfielders. There's no midfield for Liverpool. So you can see Liverpool's attacking force were better than our attacking force. But when it comes down to the midfield, imagine getting Onana. Every single match, our 3 midfielders will be the best. Now, I'm not sure about Odegaard every match, but every match is going to be Onana and Declan Rice. Every match. And that's going to help us more than often because I know that eventually Saka is going to get firing again. Eventually Martinelli is going to get firing again. Jesus is going to get fired again. I don't believe that they can get any worse than I don't want to basically jinx us, but I don't believe that we can get any worse. The attacking play can get any worse than what we've been right now for the past few matches. So hopefully getting Onana will bring us some confidence, will bring us some bring some buzz about the club, around the club, and that will help us to go to the next level. Now, this is another thing when you take a look at ball progression, pass plus carries. You see, Rice and William Saliba are at the top of the both teams, right? They're at the top for pass and carries. And William Saliba being up there, that shows you his quality on the ball. I'm proud of William Saliba for being in this picture. Because when you look around him, you see people like Rice should be there. Once again, Declan Rice is always on top of most things in the match. And then you see Gakpo, attacker. You see Jones, a midfielder. You see Trent, attacking defender or a midfielder. Whatever you want to see Trent. You see Nunes, you see Diaz. All of these players are attacking. Above this red line, all of these players are attackers. And you see William Saliba there. That shows you his quality. I'm telling you that this guy is playing some captain performances. When you talk to other fans, the only player that would say this borderline or even world class in our team is William Saliba. They used to say Saka and Saliba, but now because Saka's drop off, we've never seen William Saliba drop off. Yes, he might have a one match that's worse than his previous matches, but you rarely see William Saliba having a poor display. It's not heard of, and this is why this guy is good in everything. But when you take a look below that line now, we see Nelson, but even below Nelson, you see Kwanzaa, you see Konate. The two centre back is above Saka. The two centre back is above Kivio. The two centre back is above Gabriel. Now Jota just came on. He literally came on in the second half, late in the second half. Gomez is a defender. Elliott, he started the match, but he wasn't having the best of the match. So apart from that, their defenders are above our attackers. Apart from Nelson, their defenders and their centre backs are above our attack. Our attack players. So no wonder why we're performing like the way we're performing is because the progression has been poor. Sometimes I'm seeing we should do quick passes. They're taking long on the ball, dilly-dallying, turning, twisting, especially Odegaard sometimes. He's very, very, very annoying when it comes down to things like that sometimes. Saka's the same thing. Saka has not been the same passer movement, the high speed. I see him try a few things, but he's not the same Saka as he was last season or even in the season... the first match of the season, I know that this ain't going to be the same Saka. So hopefully he can get back to fine form. When you take a look at high turnovers, we had 9 high turnovers and 5 leading to a shot. Liverpool have 5-0 leading to a shot. So we almost double Liverpool in high turnovers, and basically they have 0 and we have 5 leading to a shot. So these are the things that harm us. And hopefully having Onana or getting a centre mid that can help us to solidify the midfield and help solidify the defence, so we can stop having these high turnovers, because we're not going to stop I don't want us to stop the way we play. It's just that we need to start being more careful on the ball. We need to start protecting the ball more. So that's the video, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe and share. Help me on my journey to 1,000k. Let me know your thoughts on that match. What do you think? What we could do to go to the next level? What could we do to get these players out of the mud? We've been linked with Onana, we've been linked with Vlahovic. Let me know your thoughts. What would you rather us do? Would you rather us get a stopgap now and then get a better striker in the summer? Because this is what is sometimes, if we get a player in January, sometimes it has to be a stopgap, because the better quality players, the team don't want to lose their best players, and no team want to lose their player for the second half of the competition. So everyone is going to want to hold on to their player unless it's for a high transfer. Now, how would you feel to get paid 110 million for Ivan Toney? How would you feel to pay 90 million for Solanke or 80 million for Solanke when we could get Victor Osimhen for 130 million in the summer? I would rather get in a Solanke on a cheap deal, selling Nketiah, using recuperate that profit, get a Solanke and basically selling Smith Rowe and selling Partey if I can. I'll get most of these players out and starting to get integrate different players into the team, like Neto if I can, and things like that. So make sure you like, subscribe and share. Leave your comment in the box. Let me know your thoughts on the upcoming transfer window. What should we get first? As what I said, if you're going to say a striker, what striker? And if you're going to tell me a name of a striker, what player would you sell? Or would you sell in the player? How would you squeeze them into the team? Who would you have as competition for them? We want to hear these things. We don't want to just hear, oh, get a striker or get that striker. If we get that striker, we have to look out for financial fair play as well. So these are the things that we need to have in the back of our minds to look on the picture as a whole. So let me know your thoughts in the comment box. Catch you in the next video. Goodbye.